Coming through mid, unsuspecting of Attila here, holding the close angle, he gets checked and Ultra Despair takes him down. Emptying mid for this T-side push about to happen towards A. Bomb is coming in main, but Shun comes in with a spray. Unfortunate, only damaging Dizzy there by a tiny bit before being sprayed down in return with a stronger AK. Tilnate here working with what he has, the USPS. He knows he can't take this fight between himself and an AK player right in front of him. Might be traded out for 3 here. Tilnate still working with his USPS, holding this close angle, knowing that he's going to get swung, but he can't do anything about that with an AK tap weapon. Very dangerous to fight here, turning the game now into a 1-on-5 with only 32 HP left. Al-Qaeda has to make a decision whether to take this fight or run away and switch angles. Knowing his exact location, he now has to pick, and he does get a pick though with the USPS, which may not even be able to make a dent into the T-side economy. Both teams now looking at a full buy. MUEA does, however, looking to be lacking in a bit of util compared to their counterpart at SSS, who's taken quite a strong position as T-side. Working their way towards mid, Onob has to take this fight again, but Attila this time, unlike before, has his signature orb ready to contest mid. But because of the util molly, he's fallen back, chosen to take a safe spot to fight this. Unfortunately, Al-Qaeda swings into Onob, forcing him into an unfair rifle duel where he's at a really bad angle, taking him out. They take the win B main, and he wins that 1-on-2 fight, claims the kill, but unfortunately is traded out very shortly. But then again, Attila comes in, swings in, and gets his kill. Now back on a 2-on-2, MUEA still has that health advantage, but unfortunately that bomb will come down, putting some pressure. Now it seems Peaceful's just completely missed that player here, June, but unfortunately he comes back and swings and gets that kill still. A huge move by Attila, pushing onto side through that molly, but unfortunately is taken down by Onob, holding main still with 33 HP. Very unfortunate, bold decision making, and unfortunately it did not pay off well. Facing another terrible economic situation by MUEA, they must save a few rounds in order to afford next. But that MP9 buy does come in from Tolnay here without any util. Got 2 deagles and he's already taken damage. Util use, they're still being very sparingly towards B main, saving almost all the util for the push lurk with the bomb. Beaver here stuck in a position where he does get a kill through the smoke, 1-tap headshot on Despair, the current MVP of the enemy team. Positive trade. Dizzy comes in though, and does even out the numbers here. Beaver knows exactly that there's one person outside Beaver. He's unable to contest this AK. However, Tolnay coming in with that MP9 again, doing significant damage to the enemy team, and Beaver gets another headshot right now against the SSS team member, Melbourne Moose. Sorry about that. Now looking at the scoreboard, we're looking at a 2-on-5. However, it's a 3v3. Both sides have teammates that are low on HP. MUE slightly worse off than SSS right now. Still sneaking around. Tolnay knows that Onob is low, but then gets traded out by a Jiggle Peak bait. By Peaceful here, unfortunate for him there. Terrorists win by that bomb plant, and unfortunately there's nothing that can be done there. Moving into the new round, it's looking like the most balanced round that's happened since the start of the game. We're looking at 2 sides full buy with MUEA sticking Attila back on that AWP, putting down coercive pressure, possibly mid, possibly B. He does not seem to be their A player. June alone on A right now. Here's a bunch of utility getting dumped down. Hopefully he's coming that with his teammate coming back on. And Al-Qaeda coming in here with hopefully a few trades. What a spray down. Al-Qaeda does get 2 kills on the site, turning it back into a 3v2 with Bomb not being fired. And coming in, Beaver surprises Melbourne Muzz here with a quick run through the smoke, spraying him down and ending his there. Trading out their Attila player here. We've got a defuse from Beaver coming in, succeedingly bringing the round to a win for MUEA. Now another full buy round, very important round for MUEA to cement their position with a stronger economy. This round is pretty important. Looking at the SSS side of the situation, it seems that they can afford another full buy, sorry about that, on the T side again due to that strong, unshakable economy. June's hearing all this neutral coming in, and they decide to run through that and shoot from another person who's already through there. White's under a flash, and an absolute massacre has just happened at A main, destroying any sense of a full push coming in. Ultra Despair coming in with his signature flank, possibly going towards B with Bomb, but decides to chill around mid and see what's going on. Ultra Despair is clearly worried that they're already stacking B, hence he chooses to go mid, sees if he can pick off anyone, but unfortunately Attila swings and one-taps him so fast with the AWP he had no time to react. Now CT side economy is beginning to slowly recover from the unfortunate economic crisis they were in before at all-time low, choosing now to full buy, now saving 3 AKs and full buying an AWP and M4A1S. We see T-side SSS slowly start to succumb to the pressure of a growing CT side economy, and they themselves may be put into a pretty pressureful situation. 2 mid players now are looking at mid, seeing what they can do against player number 2 here from MUEA. But Beaver, holding the smoke, patiently destroys this entry from Ultra Despair as Beaver holds this flank. He knows it's going to be short. And all of a sudden, everything's just falling into place for MUEA here, trading out their teammates, slowly dismantling a push onto B. Now, I'm sure they're aware that they've only seen 3 to 4 members of the enemy team here with SS flanking, and Onob does get caught out on this flank and fails to get a pick here. Peaceful left with no other option since that flank just failed, decides to try re-hit B maybe and see what he can do here with the players currently off site. Now site's completely empty. Al-Qaeda coming back and finding this pick main absolutely destroys Peaceful here, unfortunately for SSS, losing another round to MUEA's growing CT economy. Now we can afford 5 kits on the MUEA side, whilst SSS is struggling to afford a full buy with util. We see Melbourne Muzz again suffering from that Galil force buy with Dizzy and Ultra Despair, both on right. Al-Qaeda with the superior gun here takes advantage of it mid and destroys this 2-man push through the smoke, unfortunately not paying off for SSS as they seemingly are struggling now with full buy up against a full buy on the CT side. Peaceful now by himself, stuck mid, unable to do much. Ultra Despair is spotted at stairs and is forced back. Now the game really comes down to who's gonna push who. MUEA obviously doesn't want to hand over any guns on this last round here freely, and maybe giving Ultra Despair a way to work his way through with a proper gun. As we know, his mechanical skill does prove to be quite terrifying when equipped with a rifle. I'm sure Ultra just saw that AK but decided to ignore it, opting to keep his deagle for some reason. Now he's just grabbed that and preparing for this counter-attack mid. Giving up mid, they decide to try to hit this B side, but unfortunately it's still a 2v2. 2v4, which means they'll be running into a 2v2 situation. Best case scenario is a 2v2 situation they have on B side here. Now that util's just come through. Beaver's obviously caught onto that util. He's spotted both of them, and he's running with this peak. Unfortunately, it's a 2-on-2 trade out for both Beaver and Tully, unable to get that kill on either of them. This is a tough round now as Ultra Despair is only on 6 HP. His teammate Peaceful separated from him. June's trying to come in here, trying to spot where they could possibly be hiding. And the defuse begins to come in, and he's making noise main, and he knows exactly that he's lost the round because of that hit. Unfortunately, he falls, and the side goes to a 6-6 standstill between MUEA and SSS. Now, we may be headed into a quick technical timeout, but this time for sure, very shortly, a very brief one to just switch between the sides, but maybe that doesn't even have to be the case. Now that we've switched sides, we can see SSS is on the left of the screen, as you can see. Their team now on CT against MUEA, switching to attack side T. Seems to be very heavy movement towards A side with someone lurking mid here with a bit of noise. Melbourne Muzz holding mid with a ticket to hell here. Quite a good classic skin that everyone's on there. Many flashes coming into A site as MUE spills onto the site. Unable to get these trades off though, as Dizzy is clutching up with kill after kill, but then eventually is traded out by June, Attila, and his teammate gone down with June's one tap. June comes in with another clean one tap, destroying their chance at a 2v2 here. Now Peaceful stuck in a 2v1 situation and is forced to take the loss on this round, giving MUEA on T side the first win they need towards the grand final. SSS being put on CT side has obviously not been able to adjust very well to the economy being poor, as now we're forcing two deagles onto the side where Ultra Despair is holding one of them. Beaver at main here with one kill after another. He takes out Melbourne Muzz here for a free tap. Tilney now lurking up A main, thinking he wants to get a pick with all of his teammates here at main. This is a gamble. How many are here, but he's able to take out the con side, and followed up by June taking out Onob on the con area. Unknowingly, Despair has come up behind him, and Ultra Despair takes that easy one-tap kill on a low enemy opponent. Now, he knows one is on site that planted, and the other one is main. How will he play this when he is equipped with a Mag-10? He chooses instead to play with the Deagle, but unfortunately loses the round to a Galil headshot by June, who swings into him through that molly, taking that gamble one and swing together with his teammate, winning the round for MUEA again. A 6-on-2, a very terrifying round from MUE, as it completely cripples SSS's economy this round with very little util, only 2 players being able to buy smokes, mollies, and nades. It seems to be a tough fight here mid. slow movements from both sides, not wanting to give away their location. They're waiting for a pick. Nothing happens. They're still standing off against each other even after a significant amount of time has passed, but this default play is very, very slow. Inspecting his Nightwish, Al-Qaeda pushes up and sees his opportunity to get some space into that molly and smoke, and he does get it for his team as he pushes through. Al-Qaeda, knowing that there's two people watching him, he gets both and trades with Miller here. Together they push through mid and gains this huge advantage. Sorry, that was with Drew, not Attila. Now looking back, Ultra Despair has been forced back onto his B hold. Now being taken out.
Bomb has been planted.
SSS with Dizzy remaining, he must choose to whether save his gun, which could be the only hope of next round for their team, or commit to this push. June and Al-Qaeda here are both low on less than 30 HP, being probably 1 to 2 tap away from kill, and Dizzy chooses to commit to this push. Only 15 HP left against Beaver with a full 100 HP and Util remaining. With that flash, Beaver doesn't hesitate to swing without a flash and gets that easy kill on the 15 HP, SSS Dizzy. Now moving on to another round here where MUE has a clear economic advantage compared to SSS, being forced to buy that XM tactical shotgun. Lurking up mid, spotted by two members of Al-Qaeda and his teammate behind him there. Make a play wide swings, but is unfortunately immediately taken down, unable to keep his trade, though dealing some damage to Al-Qaeda here, putting him only on 34 HP. Mid util is quite loud as SSS is beginning to hear this possible commitment through mid, where June, however, is slowly looking up to this interesting standoff against this shotgun here. And he wide swings and gets it. Surprisingly, the reaction time is not there, and he did just swing immediately, getting that pre-fire angle covered instantly. Unfortunately, that XM's going to cost quite a bit with that money commitment and being unable to give him any returns whatsoever, putting SSS in an even worse situation than they began. Looking at Attila here, they've got more towards side, and unfortunately there's nothing Melvin Muzz can do when he's up against 4 players playing post plant and chooses to attack. Finally, now we're getting to a round where after many rounds of saving, SSS is able to afford a full team buy here, aside from Peaceful being unable to buy some util like a molly or smoke there. He opts to spend his money on one last flash. Hopefully that pays off in the end. Again, we have a lot of middle contesting, but Ultra Despair, as if he can see through that smoke, absolutely destroys the lurking Attila there inside the smoke, getting that first opening pick for the round for SSS there, giving a numerical advantage. Beaver and Al-Qaeda both stuck in positions where they've been smoked off or being currently stared down by one opponent. Beaver comes in with that clutch-looking spray across the map into the cubby of B site. They're taking out their cubby player. Onob here still jiggle peeking mid, getting no information, unfortunately, as June's just hit a timing, leaving him. Beaver comes in with another kill, important impactful kill on B site, emptying the site for their bomb planter that's coming in soon with Onob here on the lurk. Ultra Despair tries to do another spray down, but unfortunately this time he's not as lucky anymore. Does not get that kill in this 3v3 retake, where SSS does seem to have some util remaining. Tries to check his corners, but unfortunately is sprayed down by oh, and June comes in with a double. Ultra Despair ultimately has taken too much damage and falls to SSS here. Sorry, to Tourne here with a critical spray down. This T side has been absolutely disastrous for SSS as they're faced off against T side MUEA, who's clutched almost every round after the economy started improving. But then now we see SSS back on the struggling side with little use of the whole potential fast push. Once again, it's on Anubis, so mid control is always a bit difficult for both sides once the smoke pops down from either side. Beneficial to the SSS side, but unfortunately they did lose a player there. A recovery is completely possible as Ultra Despair tries to fight Attila. He gets that free kill on Attila, who's stranded with that AWP. Out of the open. He decides to molly mid. Unfortunately, that doesn't go very far, but molly's down either way. Holding mid, he's got an M4A1S. Ultra Despair still lurking around that mid smoke right now, where we're seeing a much more subtle lean towards A side from our T side players at MUEA here. Still a 4-on-1 with numbers advantage. Seeming like they will commit here against a 4-on-1. Unfortunately, Dizzy for himself only has an MP9 to spare against 3 people. He's obviously heard him. And he gets a crazy 2 spray down. Trading out that 2. Ultra Despair comes to players, but gets double swung and unfortunately decides to swing before his teammate arrives. Peaceful's just made a step, unfortunately, and maybe have been heard, but doesn't seem so as he approaches half wall. He wants to jiggle this. He finds one, and unfortunately, he's absolutely traded out by a flanking June. Now at 6-12 at this passing, we have SSS with little to absolutely no util on most of their players. Not looking very great on their side, but they are able to afford a full buy of rifles and armor. Unfortunately, 2 of them being unable to buy full armor. Here on the MUEA side, economy is ever so booming on the T side. Now taking much more confident gamble duels mid through that smoke. Onob here, one of the 3 players of SSS with head armor, has decided to take up that mid control smoke, hoping that they don't push him through. Attila here, waiting for a mid action. Dizzy is still on site alone, and it seems that this 2B, 2 mid, and 1A play, quite a default play by CT, just hoping to get anything they can, not playing as aggressively as before. But unfortunately they swing and they just get perished. Gunned down by a superior gun, unable to do much here. They've lost their majority of the fighting force, with their remaining player here, Melbourne Muzz, on B side very low, only to be able to support it by his teammate here, Peaceful. Beaver knows that he's got a numbers advantage right now, so he's waiting for his teammate to come with him potentially, but unfortunately he doesn't know here. He gets the opening 2 pick, and the round decider has happened. It's a 2-on-1, but unfortunately some white swinging unfortunate accident by Tourne has given Dizzy a 3k. But Dizzy right now on 5 HP, 12 seconds remaining. He could simply leave with this 4k right now and end the round. It was a clutch. And he does with an ace. He clutches the round with 5 HP remaining, turning this impossible round in his favor, saving that AK and becoming the MVP of that round quite clearly. After that round, SSS's morals has obviously the morale has obviously increased by quite a bit here after that clutch by Dizzy acing against MUEA here, who obviously slacked off towards those last seconds wide swing. Al-Qaeda here doing a lot of damage through that smoke almost instantly off the bat of the round. Does 80 damage, close to 80 damage to Onob here, who's their mid player. Unfortunately, the economy is still very unbalanced and tilted towards MUEA as SSS has many players on sub-rifles such as the FAMAS and MP9, with only 2 players, one with one AK and the other with M4A1S. Al-Qaeda looking for mid, he finds the peak, but is swung again, unfortunately, by Peaceful with that double baiting, and he loses that fight, turning it into a 4v5, now with both a numbers advantage and for SSS and a damage advantage against Attila here, as they only have 4 remaining. Onob here still remaining in his patient little spot mid, waiting to see if he can get another pick, unaware that Beavis and his team has already made their way significantly, taking a lot of space on B. No, but Muzz, let's go with this gunman is unfortunately immediately traded out, giving away his position and also the position of his teammate K. Running onto site, Ultra Despair is taken out almost instantly and not waiting for his team, unfortunately, as Dizzy tries to make his way back CT here with equipped with an AK and a molly. Dizzy tries to make his way onto site. The player probably gets traded out almost instantly, and the game is over, ending in MUEA's uncontested T-side win. Almost a destructive half for SSS until Dizzy got in his ace there. Anubis falls to MUEA, and that is the end of our Anubis game. Soon we'll be cutting towards a short break, coming back with another map soon. Welcome back. Now we're on Anubis. Unfortunately, we did miss out that pistol round, but still, thanks to our IT team, we're on top of that. Everyone's had a pretty long day now at the Grand Finals. Do forgive a bit of slack here, as there's only so much someone can do against ongoing issues. Now moving on, Beaver clutches again, just as the missed pistol round goes, getting that entry duelist here down immediately, not giving him that one-on-one duel with his teammate there. Ultra Despair on the Deagle once again. We've seen Anubis, we've seen Ancient today already with the previous teams. But now we've got our grand final here on the 4th map and potentially the last map we're on. Now after the final bit of tweaking we've made, MUEA comes out on top, followed up by that successful pistol round to force by. Now 5 AKs exist for SSS, as they did save quite well, but unfortunately not much offensive util in their positions. No nades so far against 3 defuse kits and full very hard contesting mid here with 4 players coming out and getting that winning pick. Unfortunately, that is a trade 2 for 1 on 1 for 2 there in MUE's disadvantage. Now Al-Qaeda unfortunately misses his opportunity, wanting that trigger discipline to check out platform, but is unfortunately punished so heavily for it, losing his life there to fully back-turned Ultra Despair. Now leaning towards B, we have Beaver stuck on A, wanting to save the gun with 4 people of SSS, Dizzy, Ultra Despair, Onob, and Melbourne Muzz on B site. That bomb's gonna come down, and that's gonna benefit the economy for next run, and maybe create a snowballing effect with their guns. The only thing now left to do, Beaver wants to get a few pickoffs when they run from bomb, and seemingly he might get one here, moving from their spawn, coming towards their spawn from B side. Melbourne Muzz here with only 40 HP, he decides to come down, and he might have been spotted, might have not been spotted, but we've got quite a few people coming towards our saving Beaver here. Checking their spawn, Beaver hits him, and White Swings getting that free kill, and hearing potentially more coming in. Unfortunately, he doesn't acknowledge the person on his left and fails to survive that save. Now looking extremely worse off in their economy as per usual on a CT side. By here we have a FAMAS and we have a few P250s. 5 AKs and potentially a lot of devastating util now on the SSS side, looking to work up mid. Again, we all know Ancient's mid is very important here, as control over mid gives you access to platform and donut at the same time, putting a lot of pressure on CT to see where they end up. Tolnay holding Red Room very closely with a P250. That's a one-tap gun at a close enough range. Here's to hoping he gets one. But Onob here wanting to bait this, and then he gives for a drop, but unfortunately is unable to play that for himself. And mid is falling apart from Ultra Despair's rampage of 2k there, damaging a third. Claiming another win for SSS. The rounds are now tied. We're going 2-2, 2 against 2. But now on a full buy, Attila is able to afford an AWP, but unfortunately Al-Qaeda is only able to get that MP9 going. A very aggressive push by SSS into mid with that offensive util, but is punished for it, unable to trade each other, and June and Tournay just clean them up here mid. And last but not least, we have Ultra Despair with his signature look coming through, but unfortunately is punished almost instantly, trading out that MP9 with AK for Al-Qaeda. Now up against a full buy, SSS has lost their economic advantage with basically one hero gun, although Onob could have bought his gun, but unfortunately he goes for the Deagle instead, saving with his team. June now down mid here with by himself and his friend here, wanting to get a bit and get some information, but is unable to get much considering this is a very heavy lead and hitting the shots. But White swings again out of the smoke, doing his damage and doing his dues, but unfortunately is continuously getting traded out by the presence SSS has. Ultra Despair comes in again with that wide swing main, just absolutely demolishing that player that was playing platform. Unfortunately, giving them no impact absolutely whatsoever. Smoke does come down for the potential defuse as he takes out the guy. Unfortunately, yes, there is a garage player. There is a cave player running out here, ready to spray down. And Ultra Despair clutches up with 1 HP remaining, bringing the game back to a tie. It seems they're now toe-to-toe against each other, unable to do much against a solid hold on side, only using the furthest peak angles to get that advantage. Now looking at the mini-map, we have Bomb going solo towards B with basically little to no help, but someone does end up going over, and that be Ultra with his favorite B lurk. Now June understands he's in a 1-on, possibly 2-or-1 situation here, but still decides to push up rather aggressively, trying to clear out the angles his enemy could be in. Doesn't realize he's already fallen back. June now realizing that the enemy has left A main. He should hear that sound cue at the very least of them rotating towards B. Ultra Despair making some sound cues there, baiting some noise. Al-Qaeda now slowly pushing up platform, but is unfortunately getting spotted by Melbourne Muzz here, forcing him to retreat and back off, as this could potentially be a 1-on-3 swing. Waiting patiently, Tournay is working his way up and gets damage in, but is unfortunately unable to get a proper kill in. Being pushed by Melbourne Muzz with that AK superiority coming in and spraying him down, unfortunately, leaving the bomb site to go off anytime soon.
Terrorists win.
After a pretty decisive round by SSS with their full buy against a cheap econ buy from MUEA, the game once again tilts in SSS's favor. Now working our way into this new round, MUEA has a full buy, unfortunately, they need to be holding a closer angle rather than mid. With the MP9, he's staring into the smoke. Maybe he'll choose to play it rather aggressively here, but he is up against 2-3 people potentially spraying him down on the other side. Peaceful now waiting for his chance to shine, is slowly waiting for the enemy team to peek out and give him some information. Attila, on the other hand, waiting patiently in cave for Ultra Despair, but he is spotted and unfortunately is tagged quite heavily. Ultra Despair pushes his way into cave now, but however, Bomb is still dropped towards T-side spawn, with a member of SSS going back to grab that. After grabbing Bomb, he makes his way to A, there's something going on, but Tulne just denies this entry from both Onob and absolutely destructive, and Peaceful ends up taking out Beaver with a trade. However, he's now on 7 HP, unable to do much. He's looking through bottom mid, thinking he should get a flank kill, but unfortunately we have June here reading him correctly. He senses something's wrong, almost as if it's a sixth sense, and begins moving towards B through his spawn, rather than take on that potentially devastating mid-fight. His leg is spotted, and unfortunately June does see him coming behind him with the silent rush, making noise. Will the round end before? Oh, unfortunately, Attila does. Unfortunate for Peaceful there, Attila does claim that ultimate victory, spraying him down and cutting their save even worse, making them even worse off. Moving again, they've dropped off long inside this spawn, seemingly waiting for an opportunity on either side to open up. Mid should be a heavily contested spot on Ancient, but it's rather silent at the start of the round, aside from the util of Peaceful, calm smoke. Both sides defaulting, Tournay pushes up mid, using the enemy's gas to push up into platform, get his kill as June comes in with a 3k mid, dismantling any hope of them pushing forward. SSS with Ultra Despair left in a 1-on-3 against 3 full buys, one of them possessing an AK with June. Here, he's struggling to find a way to win this round. Bomb is also with MUEA right now, so maybe a punishing for him to... Oh, he does get a kill mid, unfortunately getting traded out. It does not seem to be the only time tonight where MUEA is clutching up, especially taking advantage of the early bomb drop, leaving often their bomb in their spawn or somewhere further away from sight. Looking at the economy now, SSS is clearly suffering from a bit of CS poverty here, with only one hero rifle being placed in the hands of Ultra Despair here. Thinking he may or may not get a few kills or picks with that may determine the outcome of this round. A lot of A action that's going to occur soon. And they spill out onto site. T-side is able to claim a lot of space almost instantaneously, overwhelming them with eco buy. But unfortunately, here comes June on the side, giving them a jab, figuring out that Peaceful is no longer on site and possibly leaving. He figures out he's in CT, and ultimately June gets that free kill, where Ultra Despair comes in with his clutch flank again. Only on 40 HP can he make this work against Attila with an AWP and 2 other CT teammates, one equipped with that AK. And of course not, we've got the Attila AWP combo coming in devastatingly bad for SSS here as they get dismantled main. However, considering that was a save round, SSS is able to full buy again, unfortunately not so much on the utility side, with barely any offensive util there at all, aside from a few flashes. No damage util. MUEA on the CT side seems to be playing rather passively here, opting to hold the angles instead of putting any coercive pressure on them from an offensive. Ultra Despair comes in with a kill again, giving that first blood and spraying through the smoke. Unfortunately, is traded by Al-Qaeda, who takes 2 enemies down, pushing into main as he gives that call out that they're being rotated on. Unfortunately, falling to that ultimate spray smoke, spray through the smoke, he was low on HP. June, not waiting for his teammate, unfortunately does a swing and also is taken out. A 2-on-2 situation, forcing Tournay into a 1-on-1. Unfortunately, this is not clutch, and Onob comes in with a clutch 1v2 and ends the win. Ends with a win for for SSS. Moving into another fast-paced round here, SSS versus MUEA on a 6-5 in favor of MUEA right now. Even if they end this half on a 6, CT side may be their better side as we've seen previously before. Al-Qaeda opting to go very close due to the limited range of his gun, is waiting for the swing, and unfortunately he just gets sprayed horizontally by Onob here instantly as their team spills onto B site. Bomb comes down. Melvin Muzz playing pretty aggressive cave, even though he only has 40 health. This is a difficult situation for Beaver. Will he fall? Unfortunately, it doesn't matter as Platinum Flank is happening right now as we speak, and he falls to the flanker. A 6-on-6 half is not bad for either side right now, starting on a clean platter. Quickly switching between the sides now. SSS now on defense with MUEA on attack. Seeing how MUEA has always preferred a bit of defensive, a bit of defensive play compared to their counterparts of SSS, who have been seen to be very aggressive. This might be a bit of a challenge for them on T side, but they do come spilling out onto side as Onob is forced back into Temple and is currently contested by 2 Whitemen and is traded out. Ultra Despair does get that 1-for-2 trade though, but unfortunately he swings again and he's trying to get this kill and falls. Now spilling onto the side, CT all over with however, zero instance of a defuse kit. Unfortunately, it won't matter as that defuse is coming in from Peaceful. Now, a good opening starter for SSS as CT side economy has benefited greatly by that win. Hoping here that they keep this up. It would be very difficult for them to be facing a loss this round, especially when, though it's a force buy, they have 3 rifles committed. One obviously stationed mid here, ready to take this duel. Ultra Despair playing Donut. We've got Onob playing A main with MP9 standing quite far from A main, so it would be interesting to see if he does get away with a pick here or not. But no information has been given thus far. Ultra Despair is jiggling bottom mid, finds one, but is also up against a Galil. A semi-dead fight, but not enough to put him off. Now it's spilling onto site. MUE decides to smoke and execute site immediately, even with a force buy here. Now Attila unfortunately could not submit to position in Temple and is taken out by now Melvin holding onto the site and taking advantage of that numbers game. Now June gets that pick. This is huge for Unimelv. As Peaceful, though only on 72 HP, he has to defuse, but he has no kit. June knows that he has no kit, and here we go. Peaceful comes in with a clutch and claims that win for SSS.
Counter-terrorists win.
Now moving into the new round here, it's now 8-6 in SSS's favor. However, the buy is not looking very consistent as two players of once Ultra Despair forced on FAMAS and Dizzy forced on that MP9. Steve's full blind mid taking advantage of that absolute and oh, what a spray down coming from a FAMAS by Ultra Despair, dismantling that mid push. Absolutely denying that any sort of mid control for MUEA. Attila here slowly making his way up through, taken away by sounds of gunfight and absolutely loses because of overwhelming number of people on site with guns. Now MUEA is in a desperate situation where they can only force Tech 9s looking to get picks potentially, whereas SSS now has a full buy with full util. Now we hear this util coming down B main, but unfortunately for Dizzy, he's just getting overwhelmed by the sheer amount of people rushing him. Ultra Despair here inside cave gets his pick, but unfortunately Ziva's still looking away and doesn't get that trade, leading to another MVP falling into the hands of Ultra Despair. Now 10-6 scoreline, looking further and further away from a possible comeback by MUEA, but we do know that the second Attila got his hands on an AWP, he did manage to change things back, and now on T side, they do have a full buy for the first time, I believe, this half, where Attila has his hands on AWP 2, as well as full util. Peaceful makes some noise, Bolton unfortunately is getting traded out. Dizzy and Peaceful now taking mid. Able to take mid because of the util use. Still patiently waiting to see what happens as Attila falls back with AWP. Ultra Despair still making his presence unknown mid with this Vulcan AK here. Quite a lovely skin and sticker combination. Now holding the bottom mid corner here, Attila wants to swing, but he also knows it's not wise to swing into an unknown angle, potentially giving away his team's location. June swings and he is seen, however he does get that easy pick immediately off the bat against MVP player Ultra Despair there. Still not much noise going on either side, as we can see by the split up players of SSS, with only Onob playing big box here. He does. What a tight angle he holds, and it pays off. Now with all four members of SSS coming onto site, he loses that chance to plant, and the round is lost. Now 5 members of MUEA, none of them can afford a proper gun, heading into this fight, also dropping that AWP over to Onob there, giving him that opportunity to get his hands on an AWP. It's very difficult to overcome now. Quite a silent match thus far. Mid control is not being contested, surprisingly, by CT here as they give it up. But unfortunately for Beaver, he does get taken out main by Melbourne Muzz, giving away his team's potential plan to coming B. Dizzy spots another, probably calls that out, and we're about to get a timing hit. How unfortunate for June here, getting destroyed by Ultra Despair, parrying out into him from bottom. Tolnay here, a lot of action happening, and we've just managed to claim the site almost instantaneously with, aside from a few trades, but unfortunately they were not able to hold the site as Bomb is slowly starting to rotate.
Counter-terrorists win.
Getting traded out here. He's sent back to the edge. Now SSS and MUEA forced in a 12-6 battle here. Although the map was picked by SSS, they did select obviously quite a well-known map for their team members, as they've been solely destroying the side, not even giving MUEA a chance to show off their mechanical skills, being delayed by mollies and util. Dizzy alone on site here, gets the swing, but unfortunately is traded out almost immediately by Tornade. Ozlov knows he has to make a play here, either to save that AWP or to continue fighting this, and he decides to back off with that AWP, saving it for the next round. He throws the AWP away, thinking that they were pushing him, but unfortunately he fought out mid instead of running away from site. Heading into potentially the game decider here of an ancient. SSS is now on another full buy. This time every one of their team members having a rifle, and Onob sticking close to that AWP once more. Right away, MU was that entry kill. Gets traded 1 for 2 though, which is a positive trade. They're looking to see if they can expand their presence mid a bit. It's going to be difficult to take this back. Dizzy gets a pretty impactful kill here. Cave not allowing this look to happen and flank Melbourne Muzz from Cave. Not having enough information, those of MUEA are stuck wandering mid, unknowingly that there's only 2 on B and 1 on A right now, which could mean a pretty decisive decision is to be made here. Committing A would mean facing the Sky Temple that's about to peak. Committing B, they would need information first. He swings into Onob. Onob gets 2 there with AWP. Quick scoping in as Beaver grabs the bomb and runs towards A site to plant.
Bomb has been planted.
Melbourne Muzz comes to Donut and unfortunately does no damage and gets one tapped by Beaver. Now, however, his location has been given and mollies come down. Beaver knows he has to defuse, and Beaver comes in clutch with another round going to MUEA, almost like a slow incremental comeback as the economy grows stronger round by round. Now able to force full AKs and util, they're staring down SSS with a dangerously powerful economic snowballing effect here, with SSS only being able to afford 2 defenses, 1 duel, 1 semi-duel, 1 kill. Attila comes out and gets a positive trade, an almost instantaneous Al-Qaeda 4K mid here, destroying any sense of hope for SSS mid-hold. Bring another round very shortly to Melbourne Uni. We've seen this type of comeback before. It's not foreign for MUEA to clutch back up after a quick pep talk, maybe a quick quick pause of the game, quick reflection. But this map is not as pressureful as the before, as now MUE either loses and plays the 5th and final map, or plays to win the grand finals here and now. T-side going seemingly like a more default type of spread, We've got only 2 people towards bomb here on B, but unfortunately for MBA, there's 3 people that's about to hold the site. Under Despair claims that early pick on site, giving him a numerical advantage as Onob here continues to watch main, and Al Qaeda trying to get his own pick of any sound cue on A. Onob knows he has to pick either Donut to fight or main. He's realized main player is coming out, but unfortunately he gets traded out almost instantly by Tony for the round. Peaceful gets that trade off on Tournay and comes to Donut now. Dizzy here with an easy 1k, giving them a huge numbers advantage. Now a 3-on-1. Bombs also lost. And the game decider has been played. Now 2-2, a very exciting end coming up very shortly. We're just going to come on a little bit of a break here. And MUE versus SSS is now 2-2. Now moving on to the final of the grand finale. Here, Melbourne against SSS on Inferno. We've just ended the knife round here with Melbourne picking CT side. And it seems to be a very fast aggro rush by SSS into Banana immediately, with Dizzy taking the lead with a Glock. Looking at the spread of CT, they seem to think, they've backed off, but really they've successfully baited that sound towards A, and bomb is still B, waiting to be planted, waiting for the two players on B to fall prey to this rotate. Beaver, seeing the apps player, obviously would call that and taking away their B, and strangely enough, they've also given up that B push as they rotate away to A site, as they have positional advantage on that site. Al-Qaeda here meeting his match and then destroying Melbourne Mars with that disadvantage taken away from SSS with numbers. One site now, and he's unable to see the baiting shot and gets traded out. Unfortunately for MUEA, the first round falls to SSS, as fortunately for SSS, they were able to take advantage of that site hold and dismantle that retake by MUEA. Now beginning another round, that bomb plant did go down, and now we've got two AKs on SSS's side with that Mag 10 and UMP acting as support. June doing a quick little jump spot down mid, sees a couple of them, gives that information back to his team as SSS now try to work their way up Banana again, just looking at it. Not willing to commit to anything just yet. Onob with the UMP getting slightly more aggressive here. Banana jump spotting to see if there's anyone available for a quick pick here. Quite a dangerous jump spot position from Logs, or newly called Barrels. Launching his first bit of util, Onob takes car here. And gets in onto the B side. Banana making a bit of noise, hoping for a rotate. Now this 4-man cross angle here by MUE is an absolute death trap, but unfortunately they're slowly getting dismantled. But they do come back with that Al-Qaeda trading them back here. June sees 3 people and calls it as he deals a significant amount of damage to Dizzy there with that USPS. Al-Qaeda now lacking much information coming what's going on A here. He opts to stand in this spawn, hoping to get a pick or two, knowing that the USPS and the AK comparison is a huge disadvantage. Ultra Despair, however, does try to take this fight fairly using a pistol, but unfortunately is outplayed by Al-Qaeda's mechanical aim there. As Dizzy on low health swings and dies here to Tolnay, unfortunate enough, he was already low, losing that fight.
Terrorists win.
Now, although terrorists have won this round, they have suffered a 4-man loss to a pistol round by MUEA, which is beneficial in the terms of the economic advantage. A few kills will get them, maybe a bit of util here and there now. Now this is the first full buy round of both teams. Here's to hoping for something exciting to happen between T side and CT here, with very aggressive plays being dropped here on B side. With both Dizzy clutching up here, taking out June and Tolnay, but still not pushing the site because they know bomb is not coming yet in their spawn, toward their spawn. Beaver, knowing the dangerous position that his team is in, knows that he needs to do something against this player that's rapidly bringing bomb to B, but unfortunately they miss him by a hair's length, and they allow him to move towards B uncontested. Now 4 on B, bomb's about to go down by Onob here, giving himself an extra few $100 for next round, and the rest of his team will follow suit, with 3 members here together, scattered about bottom mid. It's looking closer to a save for MUEA, as they know their economy will totally be shattered if they decide to take this fight any further than it already has gone. Peaceful now, all 4 members of the SSS team now going towards CT spawn, hoping to get a few picks, seeing what's going on and hunting for those extra round kills. But unfortunately, contrary to their belief, all members of MUEA had already evacuated to their spawn instead. Not an impossible comeback from MUEA, as they're playing against SSS on a map neither of them chose as the finale. This full buy round will determine quite a lot of what's going on in the future rounds coming, as you will be forced to fight this fight against Dizzy, who's equipped with a better gun. Playing aggressively, Tone, it pays off, he sees the bomb drop, also gets that extra kill, and June coming in with that blind spray down takes the bomb, and this round may have been decided by these 3 players right here now. Throwing down a nade into the smoke as he gets himself. Onob is pressured to do something as his bomb is no longer with him, and then util use is over, as Onob only has 1 remaining molly, and that ends his life with a spray through the smoke by Attila. Ultra Despair up against 5 players in a 1-on-5 situation, has full util and full armor at this point, coming in with this flank here, but unfortunately for him, only 2 members of MUEA have been injured, dealing a bit of damage, 1 tap on each. Strangely enough, Beaver is still on A, not watching the bomb. With the rest of his team, he puts faith into the fact that 4 members are enough to hold their own against Ultra Despair here with the AK. And Ultra Despair's location is given away now. It's a 1v3. Unfortunately for him, he's getting one-shot by 3 people at the same time, and he's unable to overcome that numbers advantage of MUEA, and falls prey to that 3-man spray down. This is an incredibly important round for MUEA to win, as it could close the gap between them and SSS, as now it's a perfect time to win back that economy they lost during the earlier rounds. SSS with only 3 AKs, but with 1 player, Melvin Muzz here, with no armor at all. He is walking prey, and Onob snatches this 1-tap mid, giving them a numbers advantage at the start of the game. Ultra Despair lurking up with a signature lurk through amps coming down soon, as Dizzy pushes his way into short, soon to be met with Beaver's very patient spot here, as Ultra Despair makes some noise above him. Beaver gets the first pick. Ultra Despair knows exactly where Beaver is, but Beaver doesn't seem to mind the amps player. As Beaver struggles to get another, they spill out onto site. Now with June stuck in arches, and along with his teammates all coming in. June decides to pick up Attila's AWP, carrying on his legacy here, seeing if he can get a quick pick on site, as it would be a game-changing round. Unfortunately, swinging 1 by 1, June is unable to find those correct picks and has to save. Now, if MUEA had won this round, it would have dealt a devastating blow to the economy and weaponaries equipment of SSS. Now, June's stuck in a one-on-one situation, wants to save his orb, and he does successfully do that by running away from this peaceful hunt that Peaceful is doing right now. Coming into the 5th, 6th round here, the scoreline is 1-4, not in MUEA's favor, but SSS has been seen very aggressive lately, being able to take sites almost instantaneously, and but does seem to struggle a bit with the post-plant site hold, often getting a bit too greedy with their lurks and their rushes. Now situated with 5 AKs, SSS is sitting in a 4 AKs and 1 MAC-10. They're situated very comfortably here mid, contesting it between the A players who are not watching mid after that smoke with no cross here, unfortunately so. Currently in a standoff here towards A. Nobody wants to make a sudden move. Ultra Despair coming out with that smoke, and with that smoke comes the sound of 4 members moving towards the site as Beaver here takes advantage of his boosted up position on Apps, takes a few kills, but is unfortunately traded out with Ultra Despair killing June. But Al-Qaeda here coming with the flank on short, gets his pick and leaves Beaver to deal with Ultra Despair here, being jammed by 2 sides. No one wants to take Ultra Despair in this unnecessary one-on-one fight, but he does end up coming Boiler, wanting to fight, but unfortunately is put down by Al-Qaeda, who's been situated there since this later half of the round. An incredible round for MUEA to win, as now SSS is pressured on their low income budget, forced by here with a few pistols, 2 deagles and 1 AK hero gun. This is a very important round for MUEA. If they manage to win this, they've shattered, very important round for SSS, as now if they win this round, it's a complete shattering of MUEA's economy. Telne comes and wants to play very aggressively, and it pays off again. Gets a spray down on almost 4 people, with June coming back to back him up and tidy them up almost immediately. The game is slowly being brought back by MUEA as they take advantage of their economic situation against SSS, who again lack any sort of offensive util aside from a few mollies and flashes, with only Dizzy being able to afford a nade. MUEA stacking towards A once again. SSS is playing super close to Banana, giving that pressure almost right off the bat, with Attila back on his orb, giving that information that Onob's mid here. Nobody's again seen Bomb, but a few players have seen each other. Seems SSS is well aware of their position with the bomb, as they refuse to take the bomb and rush unnecessarily up. And this greedy pick by Dizzy here does not pay off for him, as he swings and dies. Unfortunately, he is traded without his teammates around him. Now in a 3-on-2 situation, MUE is completely aware of where both players were last seen, with Melbourne Muzz. What a side player. Onob versus Beaver here on A side is making very bold plays, and it pays off. He's watching library, he knows Al-Qaeda is there, but unfortunately the mechanical skills can't keep up with the thinking process there, and unfortunately he falls prey to a spray down. This Al-Qaeda comes sitting back in a position where not many would expect, and unfortunately punishes Melbourne Muzz for that play there with the wide swinging of archers. Now SSS being forced into a backward position of using pistols only, with only 2 members of their team being able to buy armor, and another 2 teammates being able to buy Mac 10. This is going to be a tough round for SSS to win, but if we know anything, we know Ultra Despair is always there with that Tech 9 play that he's popped off with. Al-Qaeda comes in with a trade 2 for 1, which is a positive trade for Unimalb, as Beaver tries to fight the Dualies player Melbourne Muzz, but is unfortunately punished by the RNG of the Dualies there and sentenced to death instantly. Melbourne Muzz going back to Claire Apps, knowing that now they don't have a flank. It's now up to Attila and Terne here to try get this round win back in MUEA's favor, and they decide ultimately against pushing this, choosing to save the AWP and M4. Ultra Despair knows that Melbourne Uni's economy is weak, but he goes for the swing, but unfortunately falls prey to Attila's AWP tap there, giving him that, giving his gun away, for unable to buy next round for his teammate. But economy for SSS has never been this weak before, unfortunately, falling a bit prey to the negative cycle of win-loss here. MUEA, however, on CT side seems to be doing quite well, aside from June suffering from only $0 and an MP9 buy, but he's playing a close angle. Attila once again popping off with the AWP, holding down mid, and they push into a certain death funnel here with Al-Qaeda and Attila split watching the entry point to A here. They've seen this player here, and unfortunately Ultra Despair could not clutch that up. Now Onob is punished by another awkward angle Al-Qaeda chooses to take here, and unfortunately, being unprepared for that angle, he falls prey to it. Peaceful here, alone in a 1-on-5, decides against saving and pushes up mid, unfortunately punished by Attila's AWP once again. Now MUEA to SSS, once again we're seeing a very distinct lack of utility present with SSS coming into force buying only chest armor, Kevlar, and paired with Mac 10s, and that's 2 of their team members, but they're pushing up very aggressively with the Mac 10 shields up into Banana and straight through. Now Al-Qaeda here must make a big play here, getting 1 hit, getting 2, and maybe even 3 here, stopping this push onto B. Peaceful now trapped in the smoke, unable to determine where he is, gets naded for 50 damage almost, and now has to back off, reconnect with his team there, and see what to do now. Al-Qaeda here hiding in dark. They're unprepared for him. They do molly. He wipes it. They're not prepared for it. He does his defuse, does his damage, taking Peaceful down to 24 HP, leaving Beaver in a 1-on-2 now. Peaceful choosing to adapt to his opponent's position, playing dark, and now Melbourne Muzz potentially playing off of him. An easy nade goes, and that definitely, unfortunately, doesn't kill Peaceful, who's already low, leaving him on 16 health. And unfortunately, that flash comes in just a bit too soon and blinds Beaver, giving the round to SSS. A huge win for SSS, even with suffering from low income and not many round bonuses, but still clutching it up without util and 2 Mac 10s. Moving into the final round of the half there, we've got Ultra Despair pushing up super fast, but unfortunately taking a huge amount of util down towards Banana here. Erne is stuck reloading, behind Car and is unfortunately taken advantage of by a 3-man push until Beaver gets an easy, nice pick down mid, dropping the bomb and not knowing where the bomb is, but pushes down towards Mexico and now towards Banana. Al-Qaeda is probably asking for a lot of help considering the fact that 3 members of T are now pushing, but unfortunately they come right back into Beaver's gun range and taken out a landslide win for MUEA there at Banana. Melbourne Muzz, who has been flanking, takes advantage of his flank and takes out Attila there. Beaver on a solid 3-kill streak is waiting to get another pick. Knowing the bomb is with him, he is not in a numbers disadvantage, waiting for Melbourne Muzz there to push through. Another smoke comes down. He throws some flashes and potentially wanting to push through this is White Swung. Is White Swung by Beaver into the molly, taking the round win. The half is neck to neck. The grand final is neck to neck at 6-6 right now. MUEA to SSS, both on the same economy, both on the same map, now looking to secure the win of the opening round. A quick terrorist timeout by MUEA. It's time to chill out, it's time to lock in, it's time to relax, but also remember this is the finals. There's no room for error here. Planning must come in fast, and to see the area of attack here and what the plan is for them to secure this first round victory, which is extraordinarily important, especially on a CT-sided map such as Inferno. As countdown ends here, we can revisit this map actually a few games ago, and in fact, the last season we were brought to this map from both MUE and Swinburne, and if we visit last season, which roughly has the same lineup as we do today here, MUE did tend to struggle on that CT side, but this time securing those 6 wins, they may be able to excel here at a T-side aggressive push here. Timeout is over. It's time to lock into the game as Captain Beaver here leads his team towards A side up against 3 people. But Dizzy here checking Banana, telling his team that no action is seen here, as Onob is waiting for this push to swing. Muzz here waiting for this pick, sees one boiler but is unable to get that kill as he's baited out by another from coming through mid. Onob wants to fight this, but unfortunately as they realize all 5 members of MUE have already rotated off towards an empty B site, getting onto site would be a bit of a challenge considering most of the rotates are happening in CT right now. Dizzy tries to get his kills. Unfortunately, he sees his enemy but is unfortunate enough to have to reload. June holding the flank is up against 2 people, including Despair, and is taken out very fast. Unfortunately for him, he's unable to be traded out, and this retake is so fast that MUEA has no time to react. However, bomb does go down, which means that extra few $100s coming in from that bomb plant will be very beneficial to MUEA next round if they decide to force up against SSS right now to ruin their economy completely. Attila here rocking a very nice Talon Damascus steel skin, looking quite clean. MUE decides against forcing second round, knowing that their enemy has always tended to buy full rifles on second round. which was a correct gamble considering looking at the economy of CT, they have 4 M4A1Ss, and that nade from Dizzy comes in clutch, destroying this push and taking huge amounts of damage from MUE, ending the round in a decisive SSS flawless win. Dizzy popping off that round with a 4K. Now MUEA has, for the first time now I believe this half, both teams are on a full buy, aside from Dizzy sticking with his MP9, hopefully holding a closer angle than before. But now MUEA rocks 5 AKs. We have a default hold of 3A, 2B. Unfortunately, no mid in the no mid presence, or a lot of mid presence here with this cross hold. Only 2 people from MUEA are looking to conquer this mid fight, with Ultra Despair pushing in and checking his corner, but unfortunately he misses Beaver sitting inside the smoke and is punished heavily for pushing through without a teammate backing him up. June pushing towards Boiler, knowing that his teammate just got a beautiful pick, unfortunately is found, and comes in, gets the trade-off with Muzz getting taken down on A. Now it's a 3-on-1 situation on A. They take it and they're able to get the site for free. And now with MUEA taking the site, they're alone. They're able to take a lot of space there without being contested. And unfortunately for SSS, Dizzy is very low on health and chooses to give up the round for the save of that AK. Here we have Attila and Terne here looking to hunt down the 2 remnants of SSS, and not preventing them from saving their guns, which are critical to the CT economy right now. SSS and MUEA again both on full buys this round. It's going to be a very exciting round to see who comes up on top. Now that we've got both sides full buying with utility, aside from Onob unfortunately not being able to buy much util there, but as we can see, Ultra Despair here is not buying Helmet, which is interesting full buy here. This pretty default spread of people here, with 3 towards A and 2 on B. The slow inching towards B has given away not a single sound to the players yet. As Onob here on the boosted angle, he's able to hold this mid here, waiting for a peek from June, still waiting for that mid peek through. Beaver coming through Boiler here, looking excited to get a pick here, but unfortunately he doesn't know he's being held by 2 people that's about to absolutely spray him down in this cross. Oh, and the trade occurs. Tolne takes out Onob standing on the boost angle as they slowly make their way onto site more evenly now, but Ultra Despair still, of course, has that AWP, a very dangerous and powerful weapon. That could be the round decider for them right now. But looking at the time, they have no choice but to commit to the site, and Tolne here must make a decision whether to clear site or to jiggle this. Unfortunately for Ultra Despair, he's unable to get that kill off and gives Melbourne Uni this numerical advantage. The bomb comes down and Muzz is left alone with 100 HP, no utility, and against 3 people on the MUEA team. Muzz seemingly like he wants to commit to this push. He comes onto site, gets the first pick, knows that there's one pick, he checks and he swings, he gets the pick, and he's on only 22 health. He wants to stick that defuse, but he can't do it. He's being called out, and unfortunately at 22 health, he's sprayed down by Al-Qaeda. Not until, though, he kills 2 people on MUEA. A very expensive round played by SSS there, losing to MUEA's full buy. Now on CT side economy, they're forced to go almost a full save with only the gun being the MP7, I believe, on Peaceful's hands. Attila playing very aggressively with his AWP, still down mid as his teammate slowly lurks up B, looking like a default again, as Onob here tries to peek balcony, wanting a pick. Al-Qaeda, who's already lurked up sees his positional advantage, but our Ultra Despair takes that trade instantly, taking Beaver off the team of MUEA's alive list. Now Al-Qaeda, who's already pushed up with his team, must come face to face with a 3-2 crossfire on that awkward boosted angle, and Ultra Despair with a pistol dismantles this push lurk up apps as the rest of the team on site decides to come back. Dizzy playing back site, knows he must take as long as he can, but unfortunately is traded out pretty fast, leaving the situation to a 2v3 with damage advantage to Melbourne Uni, with Ultra Despair low and flanking. Muzz here with the Desert Eagle, trying to get a pick, but unfortunately is punished for that pick by Attila, who's sitting backside with that dangerous AWP, and now the only player with an AK, Ultra Despair, is having to force this fight, and he gets that pick. Ultra Despair, and he comes in! Attila comes in with that pistol spray down and takes out both enemies on that site, clutching that win. Very important for MUEA, continuously dominating on the important rounds here of force of buying. SSS now has 5 rifles though, but very little income to match this. Last round was a bonus or save for them, but still looking at CT economy, it's not the best. Onob holding mid again. He sees just the hand of June, but does not want to commit to that fight, so he sits and continues to wait for this swing patiently as June makes his way up into apps. Being uncontested. Ultra Despair holding this angle into a smoke very patiently too, with both teams not wanting to give each other an advantage or information. But it seems Ultra Despair has made some sound here for some reason, giving away his position as Onob here sees the boiler player and begins to contemplate what he should do here, and his position is given away. Now Muzz here also has to take a fight, does no damage to each other on that mid push, and decides to leave. Ultra Despair here sees the edge of June and unfortunately absolutely rips him apart with that wide swing spray down. Meanwhile, on the B site, we see the bomb slowly lurking up and approaching this crosshold of Church and backside. Smoke does come down, and I wonder if that spray coming down anytime soon. Al-Qaeda gets that spray, but he runs through the smoke. Peaceful, a very bold play that pays off for his team, rebalancing the numbers game. Only now low, but gets traded out by Attila's AWP. Again, the MVP of the round, perhaps, getting the most impactful frags seen yet so far in the round. He's waiting for this Church player. First shot is fired, and he swings again to check. Onob knows he must clear the site first and gets that win. Now he's dangerously close to winning, and Onob clutches up, bringing back the situation to a 5-on-5. Getting that defuse when Onob on 26 health. Maybe Attila should have played safer and played for time, but unfortunately that wasn't the case. He was low on health and decided to rush onto site. Very bold play, but he ends up clutching the round for SSS. Looking at another save round from MUEA, even though they are on the stronger economy side of the game on T side, they are up against a full buy. If they do clutch up this round, it would be a pretty big win, but unfortunately they're sitting in a molly, unable to do much as their teammate Burn alive, and is unable to fight back against this dominant Dizzy spray down with the MP9 here at B Banana. Now making a lot of noise, June and the rest of the team decide to come lurking up here, but they're aware that they're outnumbered here on site, but still are taking advantage of spray down, and the round is over in SSS's favor. Another flawless round by SSS this half. Quite a strong team we've got here with full bot cementing their positions with rifles and the Dizzy classic MP9 banana long. Both sides back to an even buy, with MUEA not having so much util as SSS, which are on the CT side. A bit unfortunate. Waiting patiently for a chance at getting some kills. Everyone's seemingly just waiting out the smokes right now, seeing what can be done as the time ticks down. This season has been a very tight game, made up very few tight games, and very exciting matches tonight, as we see the grand finale here between MUEA and SSS face off on Inferno. Looking at this, leaning towards this mid to A site here, with one lurker staying B here, Al-Qaeda there, waiting to get a pick, while Beaver and the rest of the group have slowly made their way up. Unfortunately, Ultra Despair here with the AWP doesn't get a pick, but now they know there's an AWP on site. They want to contest it with Onob here watching that smoke. Ultra Despair punishes Beaver for that commitment onto the site and begins scoping down short again. As we all know, the AWP is a powerful one-shot weapon at most of the time, and when given to the correct player, it can be a game changer. Now Dizzy with the MP9 is fighting and waiting for the kill on site, and he gets away with it. Flashes. MUE though tries to even out the numbers, is able to bring it down to a 2v3, but unfortunately time is running out for the plant. There is no time for plant, he has to commit, and unfortunately Tone is pushed and killed before June is able to get onto site. Oh, the CT side economy is looking dangerously good and stable for MUEA, who have unable to get around since a few rounds ago with a full buy. Unfortunately now, counting down the minutes of the game, they do play super aggressively towards Banana here, and it does not pay off as the team is ripped to shreds by Peaceful there, getting a 3k there against the Melbourne team. Now June is known to be a clutcher. We'll see how he plays here, playing the site with a Galil. Unfortunately not a proper buy, as Onob and Muzz here come flanking from Banana. What a spray down from June. That's a lineup for him as he takes back one of the most important rounds for MUEA, establishing that 11-10 potential and hope for the MUEA team to come back here and snowball momentum their way up as SSS begins to dwindle on the economy. This round may be the game decider as to see who's able to afford a buy next round, because this is MUE's last buy, and certainly for the CT side's last buy as well. crossing this, Attila plays very aggressively as Beaver will come into a fight with Ultra Despair, clutch that and push onto site with Onob trying to come through the smoke here, but unfortunately he's made some noise, but Al-Qaeda seems not to be able to hear him. He gets sprayed down from behind, unfortunately, as Al-Qaeda is on low HP watching, Attila low HP watching that short flank. Beaver, who's one of the only ones with more than enough space to play with here, and Apps has no one to worry about. Now it seems that SSS has given up the round, opting to save 3 guns instead of risking that all-out brawl against MUEA. A smart decision indeed, or maybe it will pay off next round when they're able to afford guns for their teammates. If they're able to afford guns for their teammates, that is.
Terrorists win.
Unfortunately, Attila does end up dying to the bomb, committing that stay and protecting the bomb for an absolute certain win there. This is the tightest grand finale we've ever seen. 11 on 11, full buy against full buy here. This round is the decider between who will get that huge amount of pressure put on them and who a 12-11 scenario, believing it to take it to overtime there. Now looking at this stack, this 4-man stack, this 3-man stack with Banana contesting this angle, not letting anyone get through. But at mid here, we're looking at a dangerous 2v1 situation where they might be able to get a positive trade, and hearing Ultra Despair's spray down, Al-Qaeda there decides to step back and wait until they decide to change. Seemingly leaning more towards A, bomb is slowly inching up towards mid as 3 people now holding A. No cross angle, however, only an angle to the left as Onob is stuck on the left. Though a blind comes in, Onob is smoked off, unable to get that kill. He's wanting to go through that smoke. He doesn't do it, gets traded out by that 3-man as Muzz mollies off Apps and waits for the next pick available. We're looking at a one-on-one standoff on B there. It might be a very important round here for Al-Qaeda to get that kill on site. As he's unable to spot the enemy, he's still jiggling as Ultra Despair plays very safely on site, hearing the rotate. They must clear back site, but Ultra Despair might get away with some damage, but not enough to do much. Now Beaver's just coming in with a kill, taking it to a 5v2 situation where both the enemies are stuck at around church. We know Dizzy's good at clutching, and we know how much of a mechanical player Peaceful here is. So let's just see what goes on as he sees the gun. But unfortunately, Al-Qaeda's reaction time is insanely fast, taking that fight instantly, taking him down. A lot of gunfire through the walls, a reminiscing of a win for Melbourne Uni on the 11-12 game right now. A humongous amount of pressure, an overwhelming amount now is on top of SSS to clutch this, as they lack util, some lack armor, some lack guns, and one person stuck on a shotgun. Against a fully kitted out, fully armored, and fully rifle-bought AK team of MUEA here, it's looking like a very tough side for SSS here. Only if MUE plays safe and forces out that first blood is extremely important, but Onob, they're pushing through, unable to get that kill, and it seems the game has been decided as the last 2 players try to take a clutch position, now in a 2v4 position. It's now a 2v4 with Dizzy only at half health, the only one with a gun, with an AK. It seems that the grand finale might come to a close very shortly as Peaceful begins to charge in with... and the game decider has not ended. MP7 is still strong, but unfortunately he's taken out, and that's the finale concluded. MUEA ultimately climbing the ranks and reaching the finals, taking the win, ultimately out of 5 rounds, winning 3, and ending the game on Inferno. thank you so much